do want to say I did see the PAC, the union-backed PAC's email that went out. And, I wasn't aware specifically of what was happening with litigation. So that was kind of the first sense that I had. I had seen what was filed. But what that led to was my actually speaking with our town attorney and just asking for an update on what was happening and asking for some of the documents that were requested and going forward. So these interrogatories are questions. The town is asking questions of the PAC, interrogatories, questions. So I asked for the documents, I read the documents, and I found one in particular that I think will help answer a number of questions. It certainly answered some of mine. But I wondered, because it was tied to litigation, I just want to ask our town attorney, are we allowed to read anything that is involved in this? Is this privileged, confidential? Is this, can I share a document that you shared with me or the attorneys shared?
None of the documents that have been produced are privileged communications. Any privileged communication would not be produced. And in fact, there have been a number of communications that the PAC is withholding because they believe they're attorney-client privileged. The records that have been produced, including those that you requested, are public records. They're filed in the court, with the court, and they're available for inspection like any other document that's in a court file.
Okay, so these are public records. I received a number of documents. I went through them and I found one, as I said, that I think will answer questions but potentially pose others. So this is an email sent from Richard on Thursday, August 24th, 2023 at 5:23 p.m. Richard is someone that works for a political consultant, and it was sent to president@IAFF2928.com. So IAF2928 would be the union. So president@IAFF2928.com, and the subject is Jupiter Project, and I'll just read a little bit into the record right now. Productive meeting today. Here are our takeaways. Immediate action items. Number 1. CAM to lead the public-facing opposition effort. Initial launch at the September 5th council meeting. PC, which would be public concepts, to assist developing messages and target lists for email and text outreach. Number 2, Jeff discussing with attorney petition language and deadlines. Set up conference call to include PC, public concepts, to discuss strategy and details. Item 3, plan town hall meeting for September, date and location TBD. And then next, PC to develop comms strategy and petition launch rollout. And then PC to draft survey for fielding in September. Identify members in Jupiter who can do community outreach, and so on and so forth. For this, the consulting fee would be $5,000 a month. So that email is a public record, and I do recommend that residents look at it, because this was shocking to me, and I don't know if anyone else has seen it. I've requested it, at the prompting of the email that came out. I asked for information on what was going on with litigation. I received many, many emails full of documents. I read them, and I found this. And what it shows clearly, in addition to the nearly $215,000 that the union has given to the PAC, which when you spend $215,000 in our community, and you tell people that they're going to close stations or fire firefighters or fire people, yes, you might get signatures. To compare the $215,000 that was spent, some of us in our elections, like our mayor, if I remember his filings, spent something like $8,000. So there's a big difference in terms of the money that went out into mailers, into people at various locations, telling people that stations would be closed. We have emails to the town saying as much to us. So this to me was pretty upsetting and surprising to read. And it answers some questions, but it asks others. And I have questions. I think the council has questions. I think residents have questions. And it's time to answer those too. And one might be, what is the breadth and depth of coordination that took place based on this email? What is the breadth and depth of coordination? And when you say that you're going to have target lists for email and text to Jupiter residents, what are your criteria for targeting Jupiter residents? When the town sends an email, you can sign up for an email from the town. You can sign up on our list. And with regards to fire rescue, we have a dedicated fire rescue page. Every email we send is then posted to that website. I get some emails from the PAC. I don't get others. I don't think I've ever gotten a text message. Who is being targeted, and what are the criteria for that targeting? So we now have the financial report from January showing the $215,000. I look at this email, it's very upsetting, and I have questions, and I think a lot of other people do too. So I just want to leave it at that.
I can answer the first statement that you made if you want, just so it's on record. I was asked for that to lead the public opposition effort or whatever it was, and I actually declined to do so. So that was communication between them. They came to me and asked me to do that. I said, I'm not going to. And as you can see, I haven't been the face of a public opposition effort. I've just been doing my duties as a council member. And then just so everyone is aware, I'll just make it known right now. I think I've told a few of you, I have stepped down from my position within the union. So I'm no longer going to be the legislative vice president of the union. My term ends June 1st, but I haven't really been participating in many things. So just so that answers your question as to my involvement, like that was sent, because that's what they were coordinating. I declined to do any of those things. So just to answer that first question for you.